Hey everybody, Pandi here. Hey y'all, how is everybody doing? And can you guys hear me? Can y'all hear me all right? Somebody put a thumbs up in there if y'all can hear me. I know y'all are like, Pandi done gooped the kids. We thought she was coming on camera. How is everybody doing? And happy Tuesday. Okay, cool. Thank you, Kiki. All right, y'all. Hey, Edward. Thank you. Thank you, Edward Smart and Smart Aviation. Hey, Kiki Fitness. Hi, Kamisha Reviews. Thank you so much for sharing out the stream, Kamisha. I saw the share. So, Happy New Year to everybody. And thank you guys so much for being here tonight. I really appreciate the support. Y'all, it has been a long time coming. And with my busy, hectic work schedule, I'm trying to find my footing back to going live. And trending topics has always been kind of like a large piece of my channel. And with it being a new year and all, and me liking to look back at the past year's news, I thought this would be a good icebreaker, if you will, for us to come together and kind of chat. Hey, living your best life, Marlene. Welcome in, and happy new year. So I hope everybody had a wonderful Tuesday. I hope everybody had a wonderful Tuesday. I hope everybody's year is off to a good start. I plan on just coming in here tonight and chit chatting with you guys. You guys obviously know it would take us hours to discuss all of the major key points that took place back in 2021. So, what I did was I chose five. And like I said, since I'm in an effort to get my footing back with doing my live broadcast, I'm going to probably be talking about 2021 a year in a review for probably the first couple of weeks of January because I'd like to discuss them. And so, what I'm doing tonight, guys, is I have a few of the trending headlines that really just took us by storm in 2021 and kind of had us speechless and clutching our invisible pearls. And so we'll be kind of like looking at some of those and discussing them. So you guys definitely feel free to chime in, share your feedback in the chat eventually, and we'll probably work our way up to the live streams getting to be a little bit more functional to where I can drop the link and y'all can come up and we can kind of flow like that. But for right now, I'm just trying to get my footing. It's hard too because I'm coming in from work, but I'm going to push through. I'm not going to let that be the reason. Hold on, y'all. Got that Microsoft Edge trying to pop up on me. Okay, there, I closed it. So, in case you all haven't noticed, I'm sorry, y'all know I got to chew my gum too. I'm trying to kind of make it a little bit more podcasty. So, you guys let me know what you think about that little intro that I just put in at the beginning. Do you guys think it was catchy? Do you think it was too long, too lengthy? Do you think it was relevant to what it is I'm doing as far as coming through with a podcast style live stream? Let me know. I would love to hear your feedback on that. Hey, East Dad, Happy New Year. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for popping in. You at work checking on you. Okay, I appreciate that. Hey, 755 Media. Oh my goodness. Welcome in, you guys. Let me tell you. Thank you so much for being here this evening, 755 Media. I really appreciate it. I have been binge watching 755 Media's live streams. Girl, it is an honor. I'm humbled that you are popping in on me. You guys, if you guys are not already connected with 755 Media, and I know Journey with Kiki is because that's where I met her at, and I know East Dad is too because I seen him in there when I went over there the other night. You guys, she does a lit live stream, okay? For us of a particular age, okay? It ain't no little kids. Hey, Shalisa's Journal, welcome in and Happy New Year. Yes, honey, let me tell you, you guys, her live streams are full of energy. She got her little theme song and everything, and she's doing shout outs for her people. So, like, she's literally an artist. She's doing live paintings. She's entertaining us, honey. When I say she be over there performing and singing and acting like a DJ, and then she got the camera set up at different vantage points so we can literally watch her create while she's live. It was very entertaining. I was very impressed, girl. So I will definitely be sharing you out and helping you to grow because I know she's over there grinding. And you know, when you come across good content creators like that, you want to see them shine. So I'm full all in, honey. I was in there. She was like, the emoji bar is open. Y'all go ahead, throw your drinks in there, honey. I was all up in there throwing my drinks up in there, honey, and twerking with the emojis. So, yeah, so thank you guys so much for being here. If y'all did not remember to blow dry on that like button on your way coming in, please don't forget to do that on your way going out. You guys know that for the most part, my channel is pretty much based on hair. However, there is an and more on the end of my name, as I always say. So you will get a wide variety of some of everything. I may be doing a wig review. I may be doing a product review on natural hair care products because I am a naturalista. However, I enjoy wigs. I may do product reviews, Dollar Tree hauls, game nights. It just depends on what I'm into at the moment. Um, and then also I do a lot of TV show reviews. And so I feel like towards the middle part, I want to say probably around the time of the start of the pandemic, I kind of backed away from going live as much and started focusing more on networking and more uploaded content, partly because my Wi-Fi is kind of sucky too. So that's why I opted to do this podcast style live tonight. So I do got a few stories that I'm going to be sharing. Yes. Oh, I got some hair videos coming, Marlene, honey. Oh, yes. I am looking at some of the wigs that I've been eyeing, waiting for them prices to go down because I'm not going to be paying too much. But I got some new content coming. I've been doing mostly a lot of edited content, uploads and premieres, and really going around and networking. But will you have a game controller in your hand? East Dad, I don't know anything about y'all's new age gaming. I wish I did because I like when I go into the gamers chats and their graphics be looking so real up on the screen. It'd be like you going all in every little nook and cranny with them. And then you be like, hold up. You see old boy about to pop out from behind the hallway. So I wish I knew, honey. Look, all I know about games is Atari, Pac-Man, Sega Genesis, Donkey Kong, and Super Mario Brothers. If it ain't one of them, I don't know nothing about it. Oh my goodness. But yeah, so I do appreciate you guys being here. I am not going to be before you long. You all know that as a melanated woman, I like to celebrate my people and our accomplishments. And so that is going to be pretty much what I'm going to be talking about tonight. I got 5 particular stories that were highly viral in 2021, and we're going to be talking about that. 755 Media said, what's a good braiding here? High quality. I'm going to have to look into that one and get back to you on that 755. Because you know what? Since I got into the wig game, I ain't sat through no braids in a long time. Probably the last time I went to the braiding shop was in 2012, and I paid almost $300 for some singles. And then I got my daughter's hair done too. So I spent almost $500. And when they started coming out with those braided wigs, baby, I ain't been back in no wig shop. Or I'm sorry, no braid shop. But I do order from a lot of hair vendors, so I can definitely get that answer to you. I watch a lot of hair content creators on YouTube as well, so I can definitely get back to you with that answer. You know nothing. You will pull some Cubert. You just watch the gamers at talk. Yes, I enjoy that too because with the gamers, it's not so much that I really know what they're doing, but their chats are super chill. They're great for networking. People are just kind of in there socializing like virtually. So you right about that. 755. All right. So let me get into tonight's topics, guys. So what I'm going to be talking about tonight, and I want you guys to definitely chime in the chat, is some of the best, or not necessarily the best, but some of the most read, most viewed news stories of 2021, because we had quite a bit, and it was hard for me to narrow it down to just 5. But like I said, I'm just coming in from work. I've been home probably about an hour, and I still need to cook and do a little bit of cleaning up before I go to sleep. And then I got to be to work at 7:45. So we won't be here long, guys, I promise. But I think these few stories are pretty interesting, y'all. And y'all going to be like, what about this one? What about this one? What about this one? Yes. That's why I said I'm going to come back next week with a part 2 to this conversation, and we can just keep adding on. We can keep adding on. So this is all new to me, so y'all bear with me. And did anybody give me any feedback on that new intro? What did y'all think? Was it cool? Was it relevant to this type of live stream? Do y'all think it was too long? Do tell, my feelings won't be hurt. I'm asking for the, feedback. I am asking for the feedback. Let me take this down because I'm going to be sharing. So the first story, I want to ask y'all if y'all have heard about this. First of all, have y'all heard about the situation with the Amazon workers? Oh, it was cool to you, Kiki. Cool. Thank you. I liked it, but I was like, ooh, it's a little over a minute. But I figure, when people are kind of trickling into your live and maybe the commercials are going, so it would kind of kill time and buffer out that way. Oh, you haven't seen it, Marlene? I'll play it again before I end. It's new and I created it myself. Thank you so much, 755 Media. I appreciate that, the share. Yes, guys, sharing is definitely caring. If you have the ability to share out, please do. Oh, you haven't seen it either, Shalisa's. Okay. I'm going to play it again real quick so we can get a little hype. And then that'll give me some time to pull up my little story here I want to talk about. Real quick, y'all. Because I want y'all's feedback on these few stories. Just see what your thoughts are. What headspace they put you in. Again, my theme, because I don't do New Year's resolutions. But in this new year, I'm trying to my theme for myself is progression, reflection, and direction. And I'm like, okay, I need to progress. I kind of feel stagnated. I need to move. And then in reflecting, I've been trying to really take myself and look at myself from a different point of view to kind of see where I can improve, what I may need to pick up, what I need to add, what I need to take away, that kind of thing. And then direction, where I'm going in this new year. So just to give y'all an idea, because I do be all over the place. So y'all got to sometimes keep up with me. But here we go. Thank you, Shalisa. All right. All right. So y'all let me know. Let me know. My feelings won't be hurt. They won't be hurt. But that's the little new intro for when I do these types of the music. I like the music too. I would shorten it a bit. Okay, Edward. Okay. Got you. Got you. Points all well taken. Points all well taken. Because I was concerned about it being a bit lengthy. But then, like I said, with YouTube, you can't like select the commercials that are going to be playing. So I'm like, okay, when people are kind of stringing in, that would be playing. But it's just an idea. I'm just happy with what I've learned so far editing. So I'll be playing around with all kind of stuff trying to create. Thank you, Marlene. I appreciate that. You got this, Kiki. You got it. You are doing good. All right, okay. Let me get over here to this first story. Thank you, Shalisa. Let me bring up my little first story. So again, talking about 5 stories from 2021, y'all. 5 stories, y'all. And y'all know it's a multitude of stories we could talk about. But let me know if y'all can still hear me when I put this picture up. Can you all still hear me? Hey, Okiwan. Happy New Year and welcome. Okay, so it looks like y'all can still hear me. Cool, 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 cool. Okay, so this first story, y'all, is of course about Amazon, right? Let me tell y'all. In 2021, I don't know if y'all are hip to this or not, but what are your thoughts on this? So in 2021, 2 Amazon workers from its Bessemer, Alabama facility died last month. One of them suffering a stroke not long after his request to go home was denied, said 2 of their co-workers. Now, speaking to workers' rights organization More Perfect Union, they claim that work continued as normal despite the 2's deaths. And apparently there were some others. Now, the Amazon workers reportedly died within hours of each other on November 28th and 29th, one at the facility and one after being transported away from work in an ambulance. Now, the video footage of the whole incident, the whole debacle, okay, is being widely shared on Twitter. And an Amazon day shift worker shared that one of the men claimed to have suffered a stroke and had been on the night shift in his department. That's the one who actually died on the job. Okay, thank you, Marlene. Now, what are y'all's thoughts on this? Like when I first saw that story and it was like all over the news. It was all over the news. It was popping up all over social media, all up and down the timelines. At first, I wasn't really paying attention to it because it was like the holiday season. And I'm like, what Amazon got going on now? As if we don't spend enough money with Amazon. But then when I really checked it out, I was like, wow. So the narrative that is being spent here is that they kind of put employee safety, I guess, second to production. What are y'all's thoughts? Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. And that was the first story that I wanted to discuss. Okay. And then my next story that I wanted to get y'all's feedback on is, of course, who remembers this next one? Ooh, really, Shalisa? My family is in Birmingham, Alabama, and I know a lot of people who work there. They work them like slaves. Oh my God. So there really is some credibility and facts behind that. Wow, Shalisa. Oh my God. Wow. Because see, that's what I had been looking for. Like somebody that could kind of like confirm it. That's crazy. Because from the outside looking in, you would never imagine that. But then, they say that about the big corporations. But to have them die on the job, I just thought that was deep. That was really deep. You heard that before, 2755? Yeah, they'll quit after a week or so because the labor is so hard, but the pay is good. Wow. Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, because like I know my younger son had worked for Amazon, but it was through a temp agency, but that was also back up in Seattle, Washington, but he didn't stay long either. He said it was strenuous, but he didn't go too much into it. You know what I'm saying? And he's a 20 something year old. So I'm like, boy, you complaining. You better go on and go get that money. But the money was good, like you said, but it is definitely not worth your health or your life. Okay? Mm-mm. Now, this next one, y'all, I know y'all probably seen this all over your timelines. Let me know. Your son works for them now? Oh, really, Kiki? Dang. I mean, some of these jobs don't be letting you take your breaks. You know what I'm saying? When you try to take your break, okay, so he just drives. So maybe it's not as bad, you know what I'm saying, driving like it is actually working in the plant. Now, as you can see, let me segue into this second story because I don't want to keep y'all too long. This second story, what were y'all's thoughts on our girl, Kelly Price? What are our thoughts on Kelly? A lot of people were calling for her cancellation. What are our thoughts? Because I rock with Kelly. I like Kelly. I love Kelly's music. I like Big Kelly. I like Small Kelly. She's like most of us, her weight fluctuates. Um, but back in late July, singer Kelly Price shared with fans on her Instagram page that she had tested positive for the thing, right? And then 2 months later, she was reported as missing. And after a welfare check was conducted at her home, thankfully, in a strange twist of things or a strange twist of events, the singer's then legal representation reported her safe and still recovering at an undisclosed location 6 days later. What was up with that? Because, yes, like Edward said, she obviously didn't want to be found. Her business, right? Now, that's what I was thinking too. Like, I didn't understand why it was such a big debacle. I don't know if any of you guys follow Dr. Larry Reed on YouTube. He's like big in the church community, but more so on the secular side of things and covering all of the um church escapades, not the good side of church coverage, I will say. And the reason why I mention him is because her sister, who she's estranged from, the one who kind of made this a big deal, who kind of went to social media with it and, made it seem like she was so concerned. But after watching it further, it came out that they really weren't even on good terms. And it was just a whole messy family debacle that played out on social media. And so I just wanted to know, like, what are y'all's thoughts? I kind of feel like Edward, she's a whole grown woman with grown children and a husband. And a lot of people were trying to point the finger at the husband during that time as well, if I remember correctly. And my whole thing is, she's a celebrity. She probably just needed a break. Can you imagine the paparazzi, the press? I couldn't do it. I don't think I could do it. And I think, like Edward said, she obviously didn't want to be found. She wanted to check out. And then, especially if she was sick with the thing, she probably was weak. And, who really wanted to be bothered? You're supposed to go quarantine anyway. So, but it was definitely like all the large influencers. Like us down here, we little people, we content creators. But the influencers, I'm talking like the people with the 80,000 subscribers, the 100,000 subscribers, because I'll be watching them. I'll be watching them because you know what? I want to know what I got to do when I get to that level because I'm speaking it into existence. But a lot of them were capitalizing off of her pain. Now, when I say I want to be that way, I'm talking about as far as growth and success, not capitalizing off of anyone's pain. Let me clarify that. Put that disclaimer out there. But let me see what y'all are saying. Let's see. Shalisa said, I love Kelly. Let me say that first, but I think she may be. Ooh, you never know. You never know. It's possible. It is certainly possible. It was just sad to see it play out so publicly. It was definitely sad to see it play out. Like Edward said, she obviously didn't want to be found. Her business. And 755 said, sometimes people need time alone. Yes. Yes. It was just odd because it was like the dysfunction amongst the family. And then the sister was like on a press tour. She was going to all these different platforms. And I mean, she just made it seem so nefarious. So you had no other choice but to kind of start second guessing and questioning. But I don't know. I hope Kelly makes a comeback. I hope she's doing well. I hope the new year brings her health and prosperity. And if she want to be left alone, leave that woman alone. Okay? Shalisa says, but why not let everyone at least know you're okay? At least your children. Now, that was my point of contention as well, Shalisa. Like, your children are grown. You at least send them a text or something. People care about your well-being. So if it happens again, Lord forbid, she doesn't really need help. Yes. Nobody will care or bat an eye. That's sad, but true. Living Your Best Life says, I don't tell family I don't get along with what's going on with me. Right. If you value them, you would tell them. People always act like they were getting along and they have been long since distance. Exactly, Marlene. And that's what really once Kelly came back on the scene and she gave her you know, address to the public, she pretty much said that in a nutshell. She pretty much confirmed that. So I agree. That was one of the most salacious stories of 2021. Okay. One of the most salacious. Now, let me get into this next one. This next one was sad, but somewhat bittersweet, but somewhat, I don't know. I'm still very much conflicted by because it's just so many twists and turns. So let's bring that one up. Marlene said, just be honest. Now you care and you haven't talked to me all year. And it be like that. Now, we all got them family members. We all got them family members that I'd be like, okay, girl, I'll see you at the reunion, honey. Don't even call me before then. And it's sad. And you love them. You love them. But you can't really fool with them like that. Shalisa says, how will people know she wants to be left alone if she doesn't say it? True. Just be straight up. I mean, like, it's communication. It is communication. Okay. I agree. I agree with that one as well. She didn't have to state her location, but to write a Facebook status saying I'm okay. Yeah. So, and that was kind of crazy too, because when her Instagram post appeared, she was visibly sick. She was all lethargic. Hey, the hood table. Happy New Year. Thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate you guys all being here. Y'all, I'm trying to get back into the habit of live streaming. So I'm trying something new, just talking about a few of the hottest stories, the most viral trending stories of 2021, doing some reflection. Okay. You guys are not connected, definitely connect with one another in here. So now, of course, we all know these images. These images kind of strung and pulled at our heartstrings almost all of 2021, right? And of course, it is the whole George Floyd and Derek Chauvin situation. Okay. Now, in 2021, we got to see Derek Chauvin, the former Minneapolis policeman, actually get convicted for killing George Floyd. Now, I think that took us all a bit by surprise because, you know, experience will tell us and show we just didn't expect to see any outcome, as far as justice is concerned. Even though this horrendous act played out before our eyes for the whole world to see, and it had several little miniature fallout crimes that spurred out of it. It was just like, when I tell you, I usually don't get wrapped up emotionally in these trending stories, but this one, literally every time I watched the news and heard little bits and pieces in passing, it would always make me emotional. It would always make me emotional, and my eyes would kind of water up. And it was just sad because I have two young men sons. One of my sons is married with two children, and then my other son is just a young 20 something year old guy. And so I get teary eyed, I get a little emotional when I constantly see these types of scenes play out. And it seems like we were seeing a lot of this in 2021. So, I'm praying that we start to see a change. I thought about including Ahmaud Arbery, but like I said, I am going to do a part two because there's so much more of 2021 that we got to talk about and reflect on. Okay. Yes, Shalisa. Anytime I see the picture, it makes me sad. Hey, Paula Benson, Happy New Year and welcome, welcome, welcome. You didn't sign in. You was resting and listening. Okay. Have a wonderful night. You do the same, Miss Paula. Thank you for dropping in. I appreciate it. Okay, so we all know now what the reason why I selected this one, because I think we're all pretty much over the visuals and constantly hearing about it. I think we were all I wouldn't even say pleased, but I guess kind of saw some type of justice with the arrests and things, but it is still very much an ongoing situation. So we really don't know what will come out of it. But I found it very interesting that as 2021 was coming to an end, some of the big wig media people like TMZ and CNN were reporting on the situation with the officer and how he's doing behind bars. So apparently he's not doing too well. He was sentenced to 22 and a half years in prison after being found guilty on all counts of murder as well as manslaughter. And like I said, we all saw this play out right before our eyes. And when I first saw it, I was just so in shock. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. It like literally just I can hardly watch it. I could hardly watch it. And I can pretty much watch any and everything. So that, of course, was one of the trending stories. And now, of course, it's all this news being made because of his situation currently behind bars. Apparently, he's complaining about his living situation. And I'm like, Really? You are living though. And the gentleman is not. So, and I know it gets controversial when you're talking about George Floyd because people like to go into his background and what he was into and what he engaged in and all of that. And I'm not even here to try to convince anybody one way or the other. At the end of the day, I just don't think it was humane. And, that will forever, I think, stand out in our minds. And I think we're happy to put it down and leave it back in 2021. Okay, so that was the third one. I got two more. And this one I found interesting because I saw it a little bit, but I didn't hear a lot about it. Do you guys remember the movie The Great Debaters? Who remembers the movie The Great Debaters? Edward said he should get a taste of his own medicine. I think he's probably going to get a taste of it. I think he's getting a little taste of it right now because, when you go behind bars, all that privilege goes out the door. You just inmate number blase blah and blase blah. They don't care about your background, what you was doing on the streets, what type of weight you held in society. You are inmate number boom, bam, boom. That's it. That's all. You will be treated as such. Okay. Oh my God, my husband. Y'all, why does my husband always do that when I go live? Girl, he is in here texting me about cooking. I know I got to cook, y'all. I just said that's why I'm not going to be long. But so this last story, well, this is my second to last story. And I really want to highlight this because I don't think a lot of us knew about this. Maybe you did, maybe you didn't. Let me know if you did in the chat. So, actor Denzel Washington played in the movie The Great Debaters, and I really enjoyed that movie. It really showed melanated people in a healthy, positive light. Oftentimes we're portrayed as criminals, drug dealers, lazy, this, that, and the third. This particular movie, I'm going to feed the man, Shalise. I am going to feed him. He is so wrong, though, to sit and text me. Like, I don't know. Now, I obviously got the meat sitting out in there, sauteing in seasoned. So, obviously, I'm going to cook it. Okay. But, honey, it wouldn't be right if he didn't interrupt me while I was doing something live. Hey, Shanji's Home Decor and Lifestyle. Welcome in and Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Okay, Shanji said you don't recall the movie. Now, when did that movie come out? That movie came out in 2007. So the story is on this. Two-time Oscar winner Denzel Washington is no stranger to giving back. I so respect that about Denzel. Okay, and I really appreciate it. And I think that's why he's been so blessed. I really do. It's, hey, that's just my thoughts. Okay. Now it says two-time Oscar winner Denzel Washington is no stranger to giving back. The Denzel Washington Family Foundation made its first $1 million pledge to Wiley College, depicted in the film The Great Debaters. That's the movie back in 2007. That was such a good movie. It's a good family movie to watch. Hey, Team Bed with Gio. Happy New Year. Thank you so much for coming in. I'll be seeing you shortly, honey. So, you guys, The Great Debaters came out in 2007, and the Denzel Washington Family Foundation, they made a $1 million pledge, excuse me, to Wiley College back in 2007 when he did the movie, and then continued donating $100,000 each year for a decade. So in a press release recently in 2021, the foundation resumed with their commitment. Okay. And then they're saying that those funds are going to be used to like help recruit new debate members and offer them scholarships. So I thought that was awesome. That was not so highly spoken of news from 2021. Okay. Now, this next one, y'all, tell me if you guys are familiar with this story. Tell me if you guys are familiar with this story. How many of you all have heard of Bruce's Beach? If you are familiar with Bruce's Beach, put a thumbs up in the chat. Shanji, you may know because this is in your neck of the woods. How many of you all are familiar with Bruce's Beach? No, I'm not. Team Build what Gio says. Okay, so let's talk about them. So Bruce's Beach in 2021, and we're again reflecting on some of the most highly talked about, most viral, most salacious stories of 2021. Not familiar? Wow. Okay, so this is good. So I can give y'all some news you can use. Oh my goodness, Shanji. Thank you so much for the super chat, Shanji. Oh, God bless you. Oh my goodness. Why does that always throw me off? Thank you, ma'am. Hold on, y'all. We're going to talk about it in just a sec. We got a super chat. We got a super chat. We got a super chat. Thank you, baby, for the super chat. Now, y'all know I like my dancing lady. Oh, y'all know I love my dancing ladies. Okay. They in there praising them, honey, about that super chat. Yes, thank you. So, okay. Let me pull up my information. So, in 2021, California governor apologizes for the city's seizure of the first West Coast resort for Black people, which almost certainly would have made their heirs millionaires. A beachfront property seized from a Black family in Southern California nearly a century ago was returned to the family's descendants in a move hailed as a milestone in the fight for reparations and the return of lands stolen from people of color. Now, in 1912, Willa and Charles Bruce bought land in Manhattan Beach, a Los Angeles seaside suburb, turning it into a thriving resort run for and by Black residents, despite harassment and violence from white neighbors. By the 1920s, the Manhattan Beach City Council used eminent domain to take the land from the Bruces, reportedly to be used as a park. Yet the land lay unused for many years until it was transferred into the state's hands in 1948. Now, recently, the descendants of Willa and Charles Bruce, including the couple's great great grandson, watched California's governor, Gavin Newsom, sign a law that allowed ownership of the property known as Bruce's Beach to be transferred back into the family's hands. Okay. Now, amid rampant segregation, hate crimes, and threats, the Bruces built the first West Coast resort for Black people, situated along what became one of Southern California's signature beaches. Fronted by rows of multi-million-dollar homes, it included a lodge, a cafe, a dance hall, and dressing tents. I put some of the older pictures up there of the Bruces. That was them as a young couple. And then those are some of the descendants' photos. And then the larger photo there is one of the descendants' current modern day. And he's just standing out there gazing at what is rightfully his. Okay. Now, he quotes, "The journey here was far from easy. He learned of the property's history and founded Justice for Bruce's Beach." Uh-oh, did I just miss somebody? Oh, okay. No, my bad. I got another text. This man know he wrong. But I digress. Let me hurry up. Let me go back to where I was. Okay. Now, Ward also co-founded Where's My Land, an organization that aims to return land taken from Black Americans and get restitution. The organization is looking at several other unspecified projects, including one in California, to see if its goals are possible. Janice Hand, the county supervisor who led a government push to transfer the land, said the heirs would almost certainly be millionaires now if the property had never been taken. The law was used to steal this property 100 years ago, and the law today will give it back, Hand said. Isn't that something, y'all? I mean, the Bruce's property along the south shore of Santa Monica Bay encompasses two parcels. The county's lifeguards training headquarters building sits there now, along a scenic beach walkway lined with luxury homes overlooking the beach. And in Manhattan Beach, the population of 35,000 is more than 84% white and 0.8% Black, according to the city website. This year, the city council formally condemned the efforts of their early 20th century predecessors to displace the Bruces and several other Black families. The county, meanwhile, has outlined steps needed to move forward with the transfer, including assessing the value of the parcels and trying to find a means to lessen tax burdens on the heirs. Patricia Bruce, age 65, of Hawthorne, said the family has not yet decided what to do with the property. I just thought, oh my God. When I first heard about that story, I want to say it was probably back in October. I was gagged. I couldn't believe it. But then I could, but I couldn't believe it. Shocking. Absolutely shocking. But yeah, guys, all that occurred in 2021. 100 years later, the heirs are just getting it. And that makes me think, like my family here, I've often spoke about the two properties that my great grandparents owned. One of them is sitting on 17 acres and the other one is sitting on like 20. And the family is so torn and divided. And it just makes me think about stuff like this situation. And I think that's why this story really resonated with me. So, yeah, you guys drop down in the comments and definitely let me know what your thoughts are. I'm glad I could share something with you guys that you guys weren't familiar with as well. I love learning, in case y'all haven't noticed, honey. Let me go into this last one for this man come busting up in here. This last one brings us right into 2022. It brings us right into 2022. Let me get my little picture. And we're going to bring this thing to a close. How many of y'all are familiar with this gentleman? You're floored, right, Shanji? Okay. Oh my God, that story. If I'm telling you, when I first heard about it, I started digging and researching and reading. And there's several. I mean, there's like documentaries, books, videos. I mean, like we could totally do a whole panel on that. But yeah, And there's probably stories like that all over the place. Oh my goodness, Shalisa said, I cried when he died. OMG. Okay, so 755 Media said, I pray this windfall doesn't rip the family apart and they are able to prosper. Right. I agree. I agree with you there, 755 Media. Oh my goodness. So Eric Jerome Dickey. Oh my God. New York Times best-selling author Eric Jerome Dickey died at age 59 at the peak of the new year, literally as the year was winding down. Now, when I was a teenager and I wanted to sneak and try to be grown, because I've always been a nerd, y'all. I always been a cool girl, but I always loved to read. And so I would go to the library and check out me some Eric Jerome Dickey books, honey, and I would be all in them books getting my grown on, okay? But no, his books are, just they're everything. They're everything. I haven't read all of them, Shalisa's, but it made me think, like I said, reflection. I was like, "Ooh, I need to go and pick up an Eric Jerome Dickey book and just fall back in love." So let me tell you guys in closing, what reports came out again right at the end of 2021 and leading up into the new year because he passed in the new year. So it says New York Times bestselling author Eric Jerome Dickey died at age 59. So young still and handsome. At the peak of the new year, we're saddened to report on the January 3rd death of New York Times bestselling author Eric Jerome Dickey. The news confirmed by his publicist. He was 59 years old. A cousin wrote, Eric Jerome Dickey passed away on yesterday, wrote Laverne Madison Fuller on her social media. Guys, when God tells you to do something, just do it. Just a few weeks ago, God woke me up to text him and say that I loved him. He let me know that he loved us too. Dickey was the man behind several classic books about the more tender realities of Black life. He, I done lost my spot, y'all. Oh, here I go. I done scrolled up too far. So, over 7 million of his books have been published worldwide. He was the man behind several classic books about the more tender realities of Black life, including Sister Sisters, Friends and Lovers, and Between Lovers. In 2020, Sister Sister was honored by Essence as one of the 50 most impactful books of the past 50 years. Dickey was a native of Memphis, Tennessee, and attended Memphis State University. He began writing stories in 1989, seven years before his debut novel was published. At the time, he was still working as an engineer, following through on his college major. After leaving the engineering field to work as a comedian and actor, Dickey moved to Los Angeles. He wrote his own comedic material, deepening his connection to writing. It was through his work that many Black people were able to feel seen, and an outpouring of love has begun on social media since the news broke of his death. So that was my last trending topic and trending recap that I wanted to discuss with you all on tonight. And we've been in here just 1 hour. So, again, I appreciate you guys so much for hanging out with me, chit chatting with me. And I hope that you guys enjoyed this as well and got something out of it. This really helped me because, like I said, I had kind of gotten away from going live as much. I go live every Friday, host and drop the link, which, by the way, we're back this week starting on Wednesday at BMA's and Sylvia's and Team Ranger. Okay, then Thursday we'll be over at Just Teresa, Friday me, Saturday Geo and Clean Mills, and then we'll do it all again next week. So yes. Awesome. Thank you, Edward. I appreciate that. So yeah, this was it, guys. I just feel like there's so much that we can kind of take a look at, reflect on, discuss, and it helps with us growing and moving forward. I think the most touching stories of tonight for me was, of course, the George Floyd situation, the Bruce's Beach situation, and really the eye opener was the Amazon one. Because I tell you, if I ever get in a position to be able to retire early from my job, I think I would. Oh my goodness. So yeah. Oh, this was a cool live. Thank you. It's a little different. This is a little different for me, but it's something that I'm content about. Usually when I do my trending recaps, I usually do them as a premiere in an uploaded fashion with all the little different stories and me giving my voiceover account. So this is a different spin on it from a live stream standpoint. And the end of a year and going into a new year, I thought this was a great segue to do something like this. So you guys, thank you so very much for being here. I am going to go ahead and bring this to a close because y'all already know I got that man in there talking about when you come to cook. Okay. I will be putting up some content for Black History Month as well because I just love melanated people and I feel like knowledge is power and we've kind of gotten away from it. You know, like when we were younger coming up, they honed it into us. These young people nowadays, they don't know nothing about nothing. So I enjoy that. All right, y'all. Without further ado, I am going to bring this thing here to a close. If y'all did not remember to do so on your way coming in, please don't forget to blow dry on that like button for me on your way going out. All right? Stay safe, everybody. Thank you so much for coming through and kicking it with your girl. I hope you enjoyed the live stream. I hope you were thoroughly entertained. And if you didn't remember to do so on your way coming in, please don't forget to blow dry on that like button. And if you're not already subscribed, what are you waiting for? It is free 99 after all. It doesn't cost you anything. And don't forget to share me with a friend, family member, or on your other social media platforms. Let's help each other grow. Once again, I'm Pandi of Pandi's Hair Candy and More. Thank you so much for taking a moment to come on over and kick it with your girl. Until next time, you all stay safe out there, stay encouraged, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.